Welcome back to CHOWTIME Pods. Your host, Red. I got videos today from Man Talk.
Chivalry is in fact dead. What happened to the days when men offered women their seats?
Those days ended back in the 60s when your mothers and grandmothers started fighting the patriarchy. But, sweetie, look at it this way. Just like back in the 60s when your mothers and grandmothers stood for gender equality, nowadays you're also standing for gender equality. Literally standing.
Good one.
On public transportation.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
I once went on a date with a guy who said that the gender wage gap just isn't real, and I was like, oh, why would you say that?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe because...
Women up to the age of 35 are out-earning men. Men, make more money. It's not that hard.
Well, this is awkward.
And he said, well, it just doesn't make sense to me. I was like, if you're gonna say something and your best evidence is that it just doesn't make sense to you...
Sweetie, try to think about this logically.
How dare you?
Okay, then let me mansplain the logic of why the gender wage gap doesn't exist. You see, there's something called the Equal Pay Act of 1963 that makes it illegal to pay women less money just because they're women. But if you could pay women less money just for being women, and women would be doing the same quality work as men, nobody would hire men anymore because it would just be cheaper to hire women.
This chain of
It's that simple.
logic is correct, and what is correct is sacred.
Now do you understand why the gender wage gap doesn't make sense? I guess not.
A granny.
Oh, I do not miss that dial-up mute sound.
Granny. That's what some man just called me on a dating app.
Well, sweetie, I don't know how to tell you this, but...
You kind of look like one.
You post granny stuff on TikTok, so yeah, can't really blame the guy. Also, I doubt you're in your mid-30s.
Like, excuse me, sir.
Dismissed.
It's gonna take...
Dismissed!
Why do we want women to hate other women?
We don't.
You just hate each other because you're competing. That's just simple.
You lovely ladies just do it naturally.
It's very simple. Because a woman who can't trust other women is left with only one source of validation: men. She'll seek approval from a system that rewards obedience, not wholeness. She will measure her worth by how much she is wanted. She will contort and silence to keep their attention. She'll shrink her hunger, she'll punish her body for daring to age, and she'll learn to be desired, but never to be known. Because most men...
You know, sweetie, it's 2025. Men aren't stopping you from trusting each other or even marrying each other.
From the Office of National Statistics, from a 2019 study, in ever-increasing numbers, we are now at a lesbian divorce rate of 72%. So the top 4 reasons that they are reporting getting divorced is feeling ignored, inequality in the partnership, adultery, and domestic violence. Personally, I feel like this lends some weight to men's arguments and complaints about how women are behaving in relationships. Because when you have lesbian divorce statistics that look like that, the girls are kind of telling on themselves.
So you're telling me even in relationships where a man isn't even in the equation and exerts absolutely no influence, women still can't stand each other?
Just like the Family Guy meme. Men's, we know how to be friends.
Sweetie, that's not on men. It's a you problem.
They want her frozen in time. Forever 17.
Oh, shut up.
Look, I personally know women who are in their 50s and 60s who are happily married, and even though they don't look like they're 17 anymore, they're loved by their families. Now, granted, They're not on the dating market because they're married and they live in Romania, where women are not incentivized by the media to wait until they're 40 to have a family or divorce their husbands for petty reasons, thereby putting themselves back on the dating market where they can't compete with the younger women.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So, if you were to ask me where all the woman-on-woman hate is coming from, I'd say that a lot of you lovely ladies hate your own bad decisions, but even more than that, a lot of you hate the women that don't make the same bad decisions you did.
No, 100%, right? That's the misery love company thing, right? Because they didn't make the same miserable decisions and they're not feeling bad. They're not in this horrible position that I am in. How do I get them to be where I'm at so they can be just as miserable as me or more miserable than me so I can be happier than them? Thought processes of most women.
I often wish that men believed women. What? Men believed women.
No. You know, after almost 10 years of Me Too, the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp trial, and countless other men who got falsely accused, if a woman doesn't present irrefutable evidence to back up her allegations, I'm gonna immediately assume she's lying.
As a female in this country, I do not feel safe and I do not feel protected.
Oh no! Anyway, last week...
The system that we rely on to keep us safe is a failure. You report a crime and you will rarely get a follow-up. Like, everyday harassment is just normal now.
You know, sweetie, I was gonna go on an entire lengthy rant about why this is happening in the UK, but you know what? I've managed to condense that into 6 words. You get what you vote for.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That's why I can't really complain about California, right? I live here. I helped vote for some things, but obviously I didn't vote for most of the things that we have here. But there's other people that voted in this state, and the state has it now. I'm not going to bitch and moan about it. It is what it is. I just got to navigate myself through it.
So an Ottawa police officer just me at the gym, as one does, of course. He was doing chest flies. I was standing in front of him, and I was respecting him in his space and wanted him to be able to see his form. So I kept moving out of the way so that he could see himself in the mirror. And after I did this twice, he stops me and he's like, yeah, it's okay. I may just be a dirty old man. Here it comes. But I almost don't mind if you're standing in front of me while I do this. And I did what we all do as women when we get comments like that. I just went, turned around and I was like, and then I was really pissed and went to turn around to tell him, like, this is not okay, and here is why.
So she went to the gym wearing a very small top that barely covers her chest assets that I had to censor in this video for YouTube reasons. But she's surprised that a man gave her a mildly flirty compliment.
Remember, he was old.
And he was gone. I got a Good Life associate, told her, and she wanted to see where it happened so that she could find it on camera, because I was like, fuck, I don't want to come back here with this dude. Like, I'm uncomfortable right now. He was there. I was like, oh, this is him. Confronted him. And then when I told him that was not okay, you made me feel uncomfortable, he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, like, this is not cool. It's not okay. Then he tells me, I actually rescind my apology. Anyway, here's the video. And I kept moving out of the way. Oh, that's him. Ew. She's too. Oh, no. I don't give a. It's inappropriate. I don't appreciate it. And it made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, the way you're going about it, yeah, I would have took that back too.
This is a place where I come to feel safe. I'm sure. Oh, I should be. Yes, I know. And they made me feel unsafe. I don't appreciate that. And for me to have to go, no, it's okay. No, it's not okay. I'm autistic. This is my safe space. I come here to live, and you're Justin. As I'm moving out of the list, you can see yourself in the mirror. You.
Wow.
Wow, what?
I rescind my apology. You're nuts.
That's the goddamn truth.
You know, my personal opinion is that she went to the gym wearing revealing clothing so a man would say something, and then she could cause a scene and put it on TikTok for views.
She got exactly what she wanted.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But you know, this is funny to me. If she was in a gym in Eastern Europe and she would have gotten into a gym bro's face like that, throwing F-bombs and getting ready to square up just because he gave her a flirty compliment, there's a 50% chance that...
You got knocked the fuck out!
Yeah, Western women have no idea how privileged they are to be dealing with Western men.
True. I've always said this, right? I've always said that Western men are the nicer men out of most other men out of all the other countries. Because we've been feminized and weakened quite a bit.
When a man tells me he's gonna pull out, I'm immediately offended because what do you think, I'm not good enough for your... Do you think I'm ugly? What? Do you think I'm ugly?
There's other legitimate reasons. What? I'm lost. I'm lost.
You don't want kids? That has nothing to do with this right now.
Yeah, it does, because no sloppy box is worth 18 years of child support.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
To me, it's funny if women make videos like that, trying to trick men into just blasting into them. And I guess it works because some of you fuckers out there are just blasting in women. Stop it. Get some help. Control your urges. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that.